Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It is Saturday and it is day 8 of Camp NaNoWriMo and I have not written in 2 days. So why is that? In another video I talked about how I was house sitting and dog sitting this summer, and I have kind of started those duties. There's still one person left at the house who's finishing up some work before they leave next week. So I haven't been spending the night, but I have been taking care of the dog. And even though his feeding and walking schedule does not in any way interfere with the writing schedule that I have already set up, I wasn't taking into account the heat. I've looked after him and I've house sat for them before, but that was back in winter where I didn't really have to worry about leaving him alone during the day. And now that it is, over 80 degrees every day, I can't leave him by himself because dogs are at risk for heat stroke when it's above 80 degrees. So even though I don't really have any duties or any plans in the afternoons, I still have to stay there with him because he can't be left alone, which really screws with the schedule that I have created for myself of writing in the afternoons. So it's like all this work that I did to create this writing schedule for myself, a writing schedule that I actually really love and works really well for me, and actually works well for the dog schedule when his humans are home and they're there with him during the day. It doesn't work when I'm looking after him. I tried a couple days ago taking him with me to the coffee shop because they do have outdoor seating, and even though they don't allow dogs inside, they have a little outdoor window, so you don't even have to go inside to get your coffee. You can just order at the window and it's fine. But while I was sitting there, I just kept thinking about all of the things that could go wrong while I was there with him. For instance, if I had to get up to go to the bathroom, what would I do with him? I can't take him inside with me, and even though he was pretty secure tied up outside, what if somebody came along? He's such a friendly dog. What if someone came along and tried to steal him or something? He probably would just be persuaded to go off with a couple handful of treats, and that would be the end of him. So even though in my head it was a really nice idea, I brought his water, I brought a little blanket for him to lay on, I brought his chew toy and everything, even though it seemed like a really great idea, and it just wasn't something that I knew was going to work for the both of us. So that then begs the question, when am I going to get writing done? Because going to the cafe, aside from today, because he's with his remaining human today, aside from today, I can't get back to the coffee shop for probably the rest of July. As much as I hate being stationary and writing, at home or at an office, it looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do if I want to get the rest of my words done for the rest of this event. It's really disappointing because I have so much less excitement and motivation going into the rest of the event than I did at the very beginning of Camp NaNoWriMo, but it's kind of like circumstances beyond my control. I wasn't thinking hard enough about what it was that I would have to do while I was house sitting, and now I have to adapt. But at the same time, I need to remind myself, I have a really cool fucking job still, and I have a job, period. And it's not as if this is going to last forever. This is just for the rest of July, and afterward I can go back to my favorite writing routine, and I can walk to the cafe every day, and I can do what I've been doing for the last couple of days. Yes, this has derailed me a little bit, but if I am really dedicated to this, I'll be able to get myself back on track. So do I have a plan for today? Well, kind of. I skip around a lot in my writing, which I've mentioned before. So I think what I want to get done today is the scene before the last scene that I wrote. The last scene that I wrote was kind of a gory, bloody execution scene. And so I want to write the scene before that happens. So let's head to the cafe and see how much work I can get done in however long I'm there. It is currently almost 1 o'clock. So let's see what I can get done today. And we are on our way back from the coffee shop. And holy fuck, I am so tired. I was there for almost 3.5 hours, and final word count for the day was 2,642 words. Almost 1,000 more than what my daily goal has been. I texted my 2 writing buddies as I was walking to the coffee shop, and so about halfway through my little session there, they both showed up. And so we were working on our stories together, and we were doing writing sprints together. So having them there to do work together, I think was a lot more helpful and just kept me in the seat longer and kept me more motivated to keep getting more words down. It didn't quite make up for the 2 days that I had missed, but I still got 1,000 words more than I normally would have. So I think that was really helpful. I ended up finishing the scene that I was working on, which is when the main character is kind of confronted by his uncle about getting married in secret, and so the secret's out now. So I was able to finish that scene that I was working on, and then I had a bit of an epiphany about what to work on next. So the second scene, I only got about 300 words written. It was only like the very beginning of the scene, but it was still enough to make me feel like I had gotten a good start on it. So I think when I go back to writing, whenever that's gonna be, it's probably not gonna be at the coffee shop, I'll at least have that there to build off of later on. And it was super great having my writer friends there, because they reminded me that we can write together on Zoom. Even though it's a lot more fun to meet up in person, we can still get work done together by, you know, just Skyping or Zooming with each other and doing our writing sprints that way. But that is going to be it from me for today for the writing vlog. I'm gonna go home and get some laundry done, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be able to do the writing vlog every day, especially as I get into the house sitting and dog watching and stuff, but I'm going to keep the writing up. I don't know what the writing schedule is going to be. I don't know what it's gonna look like for the rest of July, but like and subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below your progress on Camp NaNoWriMo 2023, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.